What's going on, Capricorn? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Cap. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. And let me tell you why, Cap, because it's your general energy weekly spread. Melly's trying to lock in there, Capricorn. We're still playing around with that. But back to you, because with this weekly video, or with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Cap. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so applying these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then, in case if you all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. And also down below, I've included some links for some readers that I personally like watching as well, Capricorn. So yeah, definitely check that out. Oh, and then check you out. I love it. You got the third card of Taurus here, which is the Symphony card. Oh, and I like that, Capricorn. Oh, we're going to talk about that. Because with this Symphony card, this is a card of harmony, synergy, co-create, assembly, organized structure. Oh, yeah. Contribute, team, collaborate, precise, arrangement, order, lead, follow, organization, perform, display, and cohesion. And here's why I'm so pumped, Capricorn. I'm going to talk about this more in the Celestial News Weekly next week. But Jupiter just entered into Taurus not too long ago, and that's forming a trine with your sign. And so that's an easy, Jupiter being the sign of abundance, this is a great, there might be some opportunities for you to do some co-creation, or to get, if we have any sort of dreams that we want to get off the ground, whether we're starting like a side hustle, a main business, main hustle, or maybe even just like as a hobby, like some kind of interest or something along that, because Taurus energy is very creative, very artistic. They're ruled by the Empress. And I feel that this is great energy for you, especially with Jupiter being in your sign, because depending on where your Capricorn placements are, that's where that trine's happening. This is about like long-term stability here. And I feel like this is a great way for you to create more harmony in your life. What are some areas that if you've been feeling that things have maybe been in disarray, or just been a lot of just like, dissonant energy right now, it's just how can we restore that balance, get that synergy right. Maybe this is something where it might be the people that might be in our lives, because, when you think about an orchestra or a symphony, if everyone's not in tune, we gotta work on this stuff, or we might need to, consider like, hey, where you're a lovely violinist, you can't play the part, but I say to say that, this could be maybe we're setting up boundaries, or this is something where maybe if we were in a weird work environment, for example, that could be something too. Maybe it's been a toxic situation. How do we break out of that, but along with creating this harmony, we just really are in a place of co-creation, Granted, Pluto's going to be retrograding back into your sign on the 11th of June, but we already got that taste of Aquarius energy, and it's really going to get settled in right around Aquarius time. I only bring that up because this is a great time to be thinking about networking. And with Pluto retrograding in back into your sign, this is a time to ask yourself, is this where you've wanted to achieve? And if we're noticing that this dream that we might be building, if we need some assistance, reach out there, Capricorn. Let's start networking, something along those lines here. But again, this doesn't have to be for business. Maybe you're doing doing something in your community. Maybe we're doing something with our friends or even our family, you know, but whatever that is, I feel like let's get that on display, Capricorn, and let's start creating some stuff, but let's get some tarot on this and get some more details. Okay, Cap, let's see what we're working with. Nice, nice. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, and here's, all right. You see how you're syncing up with the energies here, Cap? You got the Hierophant, you have your ruler, the world, Saturn. Then you have the Prince of Cups, the Queen of Swords, and then the Ace of Wands. And you know, I do feel that if there has for some of you, if there's been something that has been, you know, keeping us restricted or keeping us from moving on to maybe a new opportunity or something along those lines, I feel that it's, it's acknowledging that thing, you know. I feel this is something where yeah, if we've noticed something that has been really thrown us out of balance here and really has gotten harmony, maybe we've been patient for a long time, maybe we thought this situation would change, you know, again, this could be a relationship, this could be a work, because Capricorn, yours is a very patient sign, you know. I feel like yours one that you'll put up with a lot of stuff before you decide to, not to say that you don't take crap, but it's just like, I feel like that you can be, I feel like it's like once you let someone in, then, or, you know, when you're comfortable in a situation, that it's not that it's hard for you to break out of this thing, but it's just like, you know, we've invested in this stuff and it's like, we're going to see this through. But if there's just something that I'm just getting something that's just like, it's bottled up here, like just like, you know, something aggressive here, Capricorn, then I feel that it's, you know, what can we do to change this thing, you know, to switch things up? Because maybe this is something we've gotten used to, this foundation, and, you know, even though it's causing, it's like, even though we know that it may be causing us this, you know, not quite feeling well, maybe it's just like, I'm getting this feeling, it's like if we just ride this out or something along those lines. But here's the thing, if you keep staying in that state, that's going to affect your manifestation abilities. It's going to keep you trapped in this cycle here, and then we're going to, you know, at some point, we got to tip the scales in our favor, Capricorn. You know, I feel like because the Queen of Swords, this is one of Libra's cards. It's the first two decans of Libra, last of Virgos. And it's getting in that routine of bringing more, just again, more balance, more harmony in our lives here. And I just, yeah, because in the Prince of Cups, he's my suffer in silence card. Yeah, if we're keeping something bottled up, if we're frustrated about, let me get a little bit more on this Ace of Wands here. Something's cooking here, Capricorn. Yeah? Okay. More? Okay, so you got okay. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Hermit, the Princess of Disc, and the Five of Swords. And I feel like that if there's something or someone or, like, you know, a group of people or something, if they're keeping your energies down, keeping you from, I don't know, keeping you from manifesting, or maybe it feels like there's no new opportunities here, or something along those lines. I really feel that, you know, with the Hermit here, let's reflect on this stuff and see how we can change this thing and get that inner light for you to shine, you know, to get you feeling in a better place and feeling more secure, not just maybe financially, because I get where, you know, yours a practical sign, you know, we're thinking about our security, but we got to factor in, you know, how we're feeling emotionally as well, and spiritually, especially on that spiritual end, you know, with your ruler being in Pisces right now for the next 3 years, spirituality is going to be the name of the game. Journeying within, you know, finding yourself, you know, living, and we're going to talk about creation here in a second, but yeah, there's just something here about really reestablishing your foundation. And, you know, just thinking, since you got Virgo and you got in Taurus here, Mercury is going to be retrograding in all of the earth signs this year. And, you know, there's really going to be, I feel like, an emphasis on how we're operating in this realm, you know, because earth energy deals with this material realm here, Capricorn. And yeah, I feel like we got to pay attention to how this, you know, how we're channeling our energies right now, or something along those lines. But I feel like maybe one way to, okay, let me move on to the next thought here. I think I'm gonna get out of that one. Yeah, just really kind of frustrated energy there, Capricorn. But if there's, for some others, I feel that there's something here too, as far as like getting into creativity and, you know, doing more kind of recreational type of things, you know, because the Princess of Disc, she is just pregnant with ideas. You know, she's got all types of stuff she wants to manifest into her world here. But I feel like this is something where you got to let that thing out, Capricorn. There's like a need for like self-expression as well. It may be something, maybe for some of us, maybe we've been keeping this thing kind of hidden in because maybe there was some sort of, maybe we're thinking comparing, or maybe there's, for some, maybe there's like this comparison for others. Like, let's say, for example, if you're a violin player, maybe you wanted to start up learning the violin, but you're thinking there's 100 other people that do this thing, you know, and why would I do that? I'm not going to be any good. It's not about being good, Capricorn. It's about it being good for your soul. You know, it's not a competition when we're thinking about this stuff, when I'm talking about this getting into these things, because it's, yeah, because when you get into those more creative spaces, that really helps to clear your ideas. And if we have been feeling stuck or frustrated, what better way to kind of get out of that energy than to do something, whether that, and it doesn't have to be just music. This could be, maybe we're doing something with computers, you know, maybe you like building computers, or maybe you like graphic design or interior design, gardening, whatever, you know. I feel that it's letting, yeah, just letting that, displaying that, whether it's, even if it's just for you, you know, if we're just like, if, you know, painting on an easel by ourselves, no one sees it. I feel like if you allow yourself that expression, it just can bring maybe some calm, or just more calm into your world here. But, and just thinking one more thing too, you know, just if we, again, just with that frustrated energy, you know, if you really have been kind of in this kind of state, you know, just thinking with the Taurus, and even how the Princess of Disc is outside, you know, the Prince of Cups, he's he's hovering over what we're assuming is a lake, you know, getting out in nature, going to see maybe, I mean, if you want to go see the world, maybe go backpacking somewhere, I'm with it, but even just more so, just getting out more, maybe broadening your horizons. There's just something along those lines, Capricorn. Right? Whew, all right. Yeah, like that interesting start there. That was yeah, but okay. Let's get some tea, and then let's get some more on this. Okay, so you got the 8th card of Cancers here, which is the Well card. And with this card, this is a card of deeper meaning, community, hidden emotions, nourishing, social resources, true feelings, support, savings, perception, sustenance, looking deeper, provide for, and consciousness. And you know, with this Capricorn, I do feel that there is, you know, with you, I mean, you got the symphony here, talking about, you know, getting into organized groups here. You got the community stuff here. Maybe for some of you, if you've been thinking about maybe wanting to give back, you know, maybe this could be doing some kind of like charity work, or maybe we're doing like a cleanup around our neighborhoods, or even like maybe like a beach cleanup, lake cleanup, forest cleanup, or even, you know, planting more trees or something along those lines. I feel like that could be, that's, I mean, really doing Saturn and Pisces too, you know, really, you know, giving back to the community, like But and listen, this is not something I say that you have to do this, Capricorn. But if you, I don't say like don't force it. If you're not feeling compelled, then But if you've been feeling that, if there's just been something that's just been like like a little inkling or something, go see what that means, and journey and just go explore that and see, because who knows what because maybe while we're doing this stuff, maybe this does bring up some I don't know if this will be maybe like a spiritual awakening or anything, but I mean, why not? Who knows? I mean, you got the Hierophant here, so very spiritual energy, but this could be too. Maybe some of us, if we've been thinking about looking for the deeper meaning of life, maybe this could be for some of us. Maybe we are going on some kind of, maybe we're going to travel the world here, see, expand our universe. And maybe this is something where we do want to consider looking for a mentor, or so, maybe like some kind of like spiritual healer, maybe something along those lines. But I'm kind of getting maybe for some others here too, that maybe if we've been feeling in a state of, maybe if we've been in some kind of trouble here, something along those lines, and maybe we've been feeling a little defeated and we're feeling like, kind of getting like a pride thing, like if we're, where we might got stuck in a situation, but we don't want to ask for help, or, however that might be looking, I feel like there is power in community. And I feel that, the people that you have close around you, I think that they were, because I know, Capricorn, that, the people that you welcome into your lives, I feel like those people are, those are like, like tight people. So I'm getting that, trust these people, that your community could have you. We are really in a time too of not even just co-creation, but I feel like of just strengthening bonds in general, with our friends, our family. Venus just left Cancer not too long ago, but that energy's still there. It's still, reminding us that, to check in with our soul tribe and things. And yeah, but let's get a little bit more on this. There's Pisces. Let's see what else we got here. So you got the Moon, the Eon, the Seven of Discs, and then the Three of Wands here. And so, yeah, again, I'm feeling like maybe for some of you, maybe we were, just if we find that we've gotten ourselves in a little bit of trouble, maybe we had maybe made a bad investment as of late. Maybe this could be with a relationship, with a business, with our finances in general. If we find that we're in some sort of precarious state right now, I feel that it's not keeping that stuff hidden, or not staying in that place where you feel like that I've dug this hole and that I feel like it's like, don't feel that you have to take on the world's problems by yourself. You know what I mean? Like, or it's like, when life throws you things like not feeling that you need to power through this or something along those lines, Capricorn. Because even with this, the Seven of Discs, Saturn and Taurus, you got Saturn here and you got Taurus. So if there's something here that, I feel like preventing you from moving on, because after the Aeon is the World card, like if we're feeling stuck in like a I don't know, Capricorn. Let me get a little bit more on this Aeon card, because I feel like if we've let me get a little bit more on that. Okay. All right, so the Aeon card, which is funny, Pluto rules over Scorpio here, is clarified by the Death card and the Ace of Swords. Oh, let's see what else here. Oh, Capricorn. Okay, so, wait, where do these cards come from? Oh, they're not staying. Oh, never mind. I'm not sure. I was like, where do these cards come from? But they're not staying. But you did show up there, Capricorn. We got a taste of your energy, but. So the Aeon card is clarified by the Death card and the Ace of Swords here. And with the Ace of Swords, you know, I just feel like that there's something here about understanding a situation, getting down to the bottom of some type of, you know, with your energy even just having popped up there, you know, granted it wasn't staying, you know, but if we've been maybe even getting into some sort of like, just any sort of things that are preventing us from moving on, any kind of escapism or stuff like that, because Pisces energy, one of their rulers is Neptune, and that can start dealing in that type of realm. We can kind of get in these delusions to try or try to get in these distractions that instead of facing these problems head on. But yeah, I really am just getting, if there's something that here is just limiting your expansion, then it's time to change that energy up. You know, it's, yeah, there's a really kind of stuck energy here, Capricorn. I'm not sure if this is like a mentality thing that we may be telling ourselves, you know, with the Ace of Swords being here, but, you know, something to just get some eyes on, you know, and just really kind of sit with yourself, you know, for just yeah, really take a deeper dive this week and just maybe do some journaling maybe, or again, maybe some meditation or something. But there's something here about like maybe even like a decision that needs to be made, maybe because even, oh man, even just thinking about that, because the Hierophant and Scorpio are opposite signs of the Zodiac, and Virgo and Pisces are opposite signs of the Zodiac. So maybe we're in some kind of tough choices right now too here, Capricorn. But, you know, take it as it resonates, but, all right, yeah, just interesting energy here, Cap. Let's get your last card here. Okay, interesting. So you got the 9th card of Libras here, which is the chocolate card. We're taking a turn. And this is a card of satisfaction, perfection, love, romance, treating yourself, sweet, rich, smooth, splurge, aphrodisiac, the good stuff, fine dining, do things right, celebration, and elevated mood. So when I'm getting it intuitively here, Capricorn, if we've been, just again, there's something here about escapism possibly, you know, because as nice as this card looks, if we've been if we've been overindulging, using these things as distractions, whether it be sex, drugs, alcohol, you know, food, whatever that is, you know, we want to just make sure that we're paying attention to how we may be coping with situations here, and really understanding what this dissonance is, you know, or what's this thing, you know, if this is, because maybe this is a relationship type of deal. Maybe we just got out of some kind of breakup here, or, you know, this could be something too. Maybe we're, you know, for some of you, you know, because the Princess of Disc, where she's very pregnant in this card. You know, maybe we're thinking about some, you know, maybe we're at maybe we're getting ready to welcome a new life in here, and now we're trying to think, you know, life is changing drastically. You know, we got to make a whole different amounts, you know, different decisions here, you know, but I feel like it's like finding some type of, you know, finding a balance in this stuff, you know, like if we've just, if we've been overindulging in some kind of way, I feel like it's working on getting, because it's one thing to treat yourself, you know what I mean? But there is this another thing when we go overboard. But let's get some tarot on this. All right, Capricorn, let's see what we got here. Interesting. Okay, so you got the Star card here, and then you got the Three of Cups. And you know, with the Three of Cups, this can be, you know, where this can be a card of celebration. You know, for some of you, again, let's be mindful of how much we're celebrating, because with the Star card, this can be a card of healing, you know, and needing to process some stuff here. And just being mindful of that. But this can also be a card of unexpected help. And so again, if we find ourselves, you know, kind of stuck in dealing with some things, you know, we can learn a lot from our opposite signs here, you know, and that might be something too, you know, how you got all this opposite sign stuff here. My sun sign's in Cancer, and you're the opposite sign of us. And, you know, I talk about Capricorn, or I tell Cancer, you know, how Capricorn puts in that work, you know, how they're motivated. Because sometimes, you know, we don't want to do things if we're not really feeling it. But sometimes you got to do some stuff to get things done, to get to those dreams. But on the opposite end, for you, Capricorn, I feel that your sign has a tendency to work through your problems, which that's not bad. You know, there's nothing wrong with that in a sense. But if we're not dealing with the emotions, it's one thing to take that energy and use it as fuel to go to process things, to heal, and to take an advantage or an adverse thing and turn it to your advantage. But it's a whole other thing if we're just ignoring this stuff, and if we're just ignoring this stuff, and if we're putting putting our emotions on the back burner here. This is Mercury in Cancer. So I just feel that there's, you know, if you've been, be thinking about that. If we've been, you know, hiding from some emotions or things, you know, we got to feel it to heal it. And I'm with it. And listen, I'm not saying we got to force this thing, but keeping that stuff bottled up, quickest way to a hanged man and you know, possibly even a tower situation. So let's get a little bit more on this. All right, last little bit here. We got Queen of Wands, Ten of Wands, Ace of Discs. I'm with it. There you are. Oh, and okay, her husband and wifey came through here. Okay, so you got the Knight of Disc, the Queen of Disc, the Ace of Disc, the Queen of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. And let's switch back over here, Capricorn, because again, there's that frustrated energy. You know, Capricorn, whatever this is, if there's some sort of like thing that's been really kind of weighing you down or something along those lines, maybe you've been feeling kind of heated, but just, I'm not sure what that is, Capricorn. I feel that it's how can we get back to feeling stable again? There's something about processing something here, or finding maybe even like healthier tools. I feel like with the Queen of Discs, because she's a very resourceful figure. And I feel like that it might be channeling our energies into different resources, you know, instead of if we've been indulging in, you know, planting seeds in distractions and stuff, let's start putting it towards the star, towards healing and things like that. Because after you get through the moon is the sun. We get to this happiness, this relief here. You know, that's what the Hermit is showing in this light here. You know, we're trying to let that sun shine out, but we gotta let some of this stuff air out first, or let this stuff breathe. It's like there's something simmering here. But also, last little bit, you know, just because you got a lot of creative energy here with both Taurus, or with all three of them, Taurus, Cancer, and Libra. I feel that this is saying too that for some of you, if you've got some kind of dream that you've been wanting to cook up, there's you know, the world is literally your canvas. This is Capricorn's card, the Queen of Discs. She rules the first two decans of Capricorn and the last of Sagittarius. And if it's going to bring her expansion, this is Saturn in Sagittarius. If it's going to bring her expansion, and Sagittarius in this deck is the art card. I feel that if you were to invest in these dreams, Capricorn, because you don't become the achievers for the Zodiac for no reason. You don't get a ruler like hard-ass Saturn here to not get Ace of Pentacles here. I mean, you got what, three of the aces here? All we're missing is the feelings. And that's funny. That's all we're missing in the queens as well, because you got three of a kind with these aces, three of a kind with these queens, and not a cup in sight. And so there's something here about expression and really nurturing these gifts, I feel like, as well. Just something along those lines. And then too, with that, whatever that frustration is, if we got something bottled up, letting that out, because if we keep that in, that's how we end up blowing up over like little things. So I think I'm gonna leave that there, Capricorn, and hopefully something made sense in that, because that was an interesting reading there. You know, let me know something resonated with you. You know, give it a thumbs up, and share this if you know someone who might be kind of going through some struggle, like been struggling. Maybe they've been kind of doing things like out of behavior, or out of like normal behavior, something along those lines. But yeah, this interesting energy. You know, when you get done, subscribe, hit that bell button. You get notified when I release videos each week. And then maybe something too to think about if we've been, you know, in a weird kind of state. You know, I'm on this meditation app, Insight Timer, and I started a group on there called Zodiacs Raising the Vibration. And it's just a group to post like positive affirmations, encouraging messages, things along those lines. And definitely as the group grows, want to start like scheduling different meditations and things, you know, maybe, manifesting abundance with the Queen of Disc, or, I don't know, finding balance with the Queen of Swords, something along those lines. But yeah, definitely check that out there, Cap. And then lastly, got one of Cancer's cards here. But if you have any Cancer placements, you know, Sun, Moon, Rising, wherever, Cap, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. Absolutely discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here. Interesting. So you got the Six of Cups here. And while I'm getting your Oracle card, I do feel like for some of you, you know, just if we've had this like maybe like a creative endeavor or something, and maybe we were feeling maybe a little self-conscious about showing this thing, or, you know, I feel like this can be a card for sharing for me. And I feel like that it's, even if it's just like with just one person, you know, you being in a creative state can inspire someone else to get into a creative state, which then you're raising the vibration. So, and that's even a form of creation there, Capricorn. But I also kind of feel with this, if we've been kind of stuck in something, because this can be a card of nostalgia, but like getting stuck in the past. And if we've been maybe stuck in something, you know, maybe reminiscing in the good old days, and, you know, maybe because we've been yearning for those days, maybe we've been overindulging, because the Six of Cups in this deck is a little tricky, because after this, it's the Seven of Cups, and that's like the Seven of Cups in this deck is like a prelude to a devil moment. So just something to think about there. But for your Oracle card, lunar shenanigans, you got the Waxing and Waning card in reverse here. And I feel like, again, if we've just been feeling kind of stuck in the same old type of cycle, you know, if it's just been, you know, yeah, there's something here about really kind of changing things up and really, moving on to this next cycle here, because it's just, you know, after the world is the Fool, and we start all over on this journey. So it's just like, I feel like there's something here to kind of start something, you know, or start working on moving on, or start doing some healing, getting your foundation right again, you know, feeling stable in your energies here. So there's something to think about there, Capricorn. But you stay safe out there with this, because that was just some interesting energy there. Just, yeah, you stay safe out there, okay? Mind you, just watch any sort of like hot energies right now, and just all of that, okay? And you know, raise your vibration through the roof. You know, maybe listen to some calming music, or again, maybe getting out in nature, whatever that's looking like, Cap. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.